the verb to be, and also the irregular verbs POSSUM, VOLŌ, and NŌLŌ. And then we will also get a whole bunch of forms of NŌ, which means to go. And then we will do some irregular drills. This is a video for WriteLatin.org using the curriculum Lingua Latina per se illustrata, and if you want to use this PowerPoint, then look down in the video description to see that. Okay, so in addition to learning how to make the forms of the present tense with other verbs, there also are some irregular verbs that have special present tense forms. And the main one is sum, which means I am. Now, so far we've only seen est and sunt here, but there are really 6 of them, and the way they go is like this: sum, est, sumus, estis, sunt, or I am, you are, he, she, or it is, we are, y'all are, and they are. Now, why am I saying these particular ones? Why I, you, y'all, all that? Well, it goes back to this chart of persons, that I and we are what are called first person because they are speaking authentically. You and y'all are second person. They're once removed from the speaker. And then he, she, it, or they is called third person because you have to have a first person and a second person, a speaker and a reader, to be then talking about a third person over there, he, she, it, or they. And in each of these rows we can distinguish singular and plural. So there's really 6 persons and numbers. We call singular and plural number. So if I say, what is its number? Well, you're supposed to reply either singular or plural. And if I say, what is its person? You're supposed to say first or second or third. So person and number very frequently go together. And just get that little phrase on your tongue, because we'll say it a lot. What person and number is und? You would say third plural. What person and number is t with a T? You'd say third singular. And in this video we're going to learn the other 4 as well. Okay, so sum goes like this. Sum, I am, est, you are, est, he, she, or it is, sumus, we are, estis, y'all are, and sunt, they are over there. And the translation is am, is, or are. And this is called the verb substantive. No one ever says that anymore, but I'll just refer to it mainly as the verb to be, because the second principal part, it translates to be. So sum, I am, and to be, esse. Alrighty, so say it yourself. Sum, est, sumus, estis, sunt. And then close your eyes, stop the video, close your eyes, and see if you can do it just from memory. Sum, est, sumus, estis, sunt, and so on. And just chant it as many times as you need to until you can say that. Sum, est, sumus, estis, sunt. Great. Alright, so now we're going to make another irregular verb out of this one. And so if you had the last one, you'll get this one. There's this adjective in Latin called potus, which means capable or able. And it can be tacked on to the front of sum like this. Potus sum, capable I am, or able I am, or we would just say in English, I can. But this was very early in Latin, and it didn't stay like this. What happened was that potus turned into a prefix, because it was easier to just say pot than to say potus. So it became potsum, potes, potest. Potsumus, potestis, possunt. But even that did not stay its way, because you see how I have this T and S in different colors here? Well, what happened is that wherever there was an S there in the next word, the T assimilated to it and turned into an S also. So now it goes like this: possum, potest, potest, possumus, potestis, possunt. So I am able, you are able, he, she, or it is able, we are able, y'all are able, and they are able. I can, you can, he can, we can, y'all can, they can. So stop the video and chant it until you can say all those. Possum, potest, potest, possumus, potestis, possunt. Okay, so you're going to need to know these two irregular verbs like the back of your hand. Like POSSUnt VOLŌ, they are able to want. We're going to put in infinitives right in front of this POSSUM word. Like agere, to do. POSSUnt agere, they are able to do it, or they can do it. All right, so there's these other two irregular verbs that I also want you to learn specially here in chapter 15. One is VOLŌ, I want, and the other is NŌLŌ, I don't want. Okay, so it goes VOLŌ, VOLŌ, and NŌLŌ, NŌLŌ. Notice the blue O's, because we're going to do something with those in a little bit. That's a dominant sound, and that's going to stay. So here's how it goes. VOLŌ, I want. Wees, you want. Wolt, he, she, it wants. Volumus, we want. Woltus, y'all want. Volunt, they want. So that's how that one goes. VOLŌ, wees, wolt. Volumus, woltus, volunt. And the translation is want. Someone wants something or wills something. I will it. Yeah, and some of these are just weird forms, so you're going to just have to say it correctly and then memorize it. VOLŌ, wees, wolt. Volumus, woltus, volunt. Okay, so say it yourself. So hopefully you can get that. If I say, what does y'all want? You're going to have to respond, woltus. Now, remember I told you about these blue O's. So remember how we had assimilation with sum and potus? We're going to get the exact same thing here. So when we make this negative, by putting this not in front of it, known, have two O's side by side like that, they're going to turn into one O, just like that. So this is how the verb to not want goes in the present tense. NŌLŌ, non wees, non wolt. NŌLUmus, non woltus, nolunt. And again, you're just going to have to memorize this. NŌLŌ, non wees, non wolt. NŌLUmus, non woltus, nolunt. And notice that every single one of these gets a macron over no. So NŌLŌ, NŌLŌ. NŌLŌ, I don't want. Non wees, you don't want. Non wolt, he, she, it doesn't want. NŌLUmus, we don't want it. Non woltus, y'all don't want it. Nolunt, they don't want it. And the translation is not want. So when VOLŌ, wees, wolt, volumus, woltus, volunt, and here it goes NŌLŌ, non wees, non wolt, nolumus, non woltus, nolunt. So yeah, they're very similar. It's kind of like a little rhyme. If you can get the sound in your ear, you'll be good to go. So take some time, stop the video, and make sure you can say this from memory. And here you can practice whether you said it from memory. Alrighty, hopefully that worked. There's the answers. So those are three of the four irregular words that you need to know for chapter 15. Sum, VOLŌ, and NŌLŌ, because that's harder. Alright, so write the requested form using just one word. So we are, I put sumus. Now you can stop the video and do all the rest of these and then start it when you're ready to see the answers. Okay, and here are the answers. Notice that the question mark comes in as ne question mark. If you couldn't do it very well, then rewind the video and try it again. No dishonor in that. Now, for the next practice drill, I'm going to ask you to give the logical answer to a question. So like when two people are talking. So when someone asks a question, am I blank? You're supposed to respond, you are blank, right? And when someone asks a question, are you blank? You're supposed to respond, I am blank, right? That's just logical. So these two are correlative when it comes to questions and answers. Same thing over here. If someone asks the question, are we blanking? You're supposed to respond, yes, y'all are blanking. And if someone asks, are y'all blanking? You're supposed to respond, yes, we are blanking. So these two over here are also relative, okay? And then down here in the third person, if someone asks a question in the third person, though, is that thing blanking over there? You're supposed to respond, yes, it is blanking over there, or no, it isn't. And so in the third person, the response is exactly the same as the question. The response is also third person. Same with they. When the question is, are they blanking? The response is, yes or no, they are or aren't blanking. So get familiar with this little pattern. First and second person answer each other, but third person answers itself. On the next slide here, if I ask you a question using we, you'd better respond with y'all. And if I ask you a question with you, you'd better respond with yeah, I, right? So that's kind of logical. I just wanted to make that explicitly obvious to you, explicitly clear to you. Okay, so here's that next page. So if I ask you a question, are y'all? Now, I didn't put more in the sentence here. There could be more in the sentence here. But this by itself is a sentence. By itself, it just means, do you all exist? But that's still a sentence, right? Most of the time, someone wouldn't say just, are y'all? But they might. Like, we're happy. Are y'all? Okay, so yes. You could have a question like that. And the answer would be sumus. We are. And if I ask, y'all want? You better respond what? Well, it's a y'all, and so going back, y'all gets responded to with we. So you'd better say we something here. Give the we form in Latin. Something mus is what this should be. Okay, so the left column will be pretty easy. So why don't you stop the video and try all that, and then start it again when you're ready to see the answers and move on to the right column. All right, so stop the video and give it a try. And the answers? So hopefully that was pretty clear. You can pick what punctuation mark you like. Now on the right here, though, you see I have these words num and nona. In case you forgot this from back in like stages 7 and whatever, num is expecting a no. And if you say it rightly, you can hear that. So I would say, num to s. You're not, are you? Like that. So just say it with this really cynical tone of voice so that it's obvious that you're doubting whatever follows it. Num sunt. But when you say nona, oh, that's authentic. Then you really think that that's the truth. It says here you're expecting a yes. So when you say nona, you better say it with real authenticity. The way we translate nona is surely. Nona potes? Surely you are. Surely you can do it. And you're expecting them to reply yes. So, obviously over here they would reply affirmatively. Non potes, what would the response be? Well, you is the question, and going back to the previous slide, you gets responded to with I, right? Okay, so notice here that on this right column, I want you to give the contradictory response, denying whatever answer was expected. So whatever they expect, say the opposite. So, for instance, I'll do the first one. They aren't, are they? Expecting a no. Well, you respond affirmatively. Yes, they are. Now, if you wanted to say yes, you could. That's ita. But more often than using ita, most Romans would just respond affirmatively by restating the question. That's how you give a yes. Are they? They are. Now, of course, down here where they're expecting a yes, you're going to have to answer negatively with what would amount to a no. And if you can do all this, then you have succeeded in this chapter, because this is the hardest stuff I can throw at you. All right, so stop the video and give it a try, and turn it on when you're ready to see the answers. And here are the answers. All right. After sum, VOLŌ, and NŌLŌ, the fourth irregular verb we have to learn is ire, to go. On the left here you have what you already know, sum est, and now on the right down here you have is it, which is the verb to go. Notice how similar these are. S versus is, est versus it, estis versus etis, and sunt versus eunt. Obviously on the right here, the distinctive stem of the verb to go is I. Now why does it have an E in the first singular and third plural? Well, because it was probably once upon a time long I, long O, E-O. And if you just try to say E-O all over the time, you want to go to the store, it will probably slowly become E-O, which is easier to say. Same with und. Und was probably easier to rattle off over and over than und. So that's just my guess. Of course, it's short before T because long I always shortens before T and NT. So for the verb to go, look for an I or something like it. So, E-O, I go. Is, you go. It, he, she, or it goes. Imus, we go. Itis, y'all go. And eunt, they go. And the translation, of course, is go. So say it, now you say it. Ready, go. And say it a third time. Ready, go. And then a fourth time without looking. Ready, go. Hopefully you said eo is it, imus itis eunt. Okay, so the next thing we have to learn is the prefixes that can go on this verb to go, because this can actually make 5 different words out of it. So if we put a prefix in front of eo, we get ad eo, which means to go toward. Ad is, you go toward. Ad it, she goes toward. Ad imus, we go toward. Ad itis, y'all go toward. Ad eunt, they go toward. Notice we can also do the same for the verb to be. Adsum, I am present, right here. Or that ad comes into English as at. I am at. I am at, meaning I am present. Ades, you are present. Adest, he, she, or it is present. Adsumus, we are present. Adestis, y'all are present. And adsunt, they over there are present. How do you think we would say they are absent or they go away from? Ad eo is to go toward. What would to go away from be? Right. The opposite of ad is ab. So, absum, I am absent. Abes, you are absent. Abest, he, she, or it is absent. Absumus, we are absent. Abestis, y'all are absent. Absunt, they are absent. Or abeo, I go away. Abis, you depart from. Abit, he or she or it departs. Abimus, we go away. Abitis, y'all leave. Abeunt, they go away. But it doesn't stop there. What would to go out be? Yup, there's exeo, to go out. Exes, exit. Huh, doesn't that look familiar? Exit. Think you've seen that somewhere, haven't you? Eximus, we go out. Exitus, and exeunt, they go out. Do you think we can get another one? What would to go back or return be? Well, we can't just say re-eo because Romans don't join 2 syllables with all vowels. So as you can see here, a D slips in as a connecting consonant. Redeo, redis, redit, he, she, or it goes back. Redimus, we return. Reditus, y'all go back. Redeunt, they go back. And lastly, how would you say go forward? Pro, to go be forthward, either before or forth or forward or wherever. So something going straight ahead. And just as we had with re, you can't really say proeo very well, so a D connecting consonant also slips in here. Prodeo, prodis, prodit, prodimus, proditus, prodeunt. They process forward. They go forward. Vexilla regis prodeunt. All right, so now we have 7 new words. Adsum and obsum, adeo, abeo, exeo, redeo, and prodeo. So obviously you need to learn these sets of endings. All right, so let's practice this. This is just like you had in the last section with sum, and it's kind of mixed in now with the verbs to go also in the mix. And the answers? Okay, and now see how good you are at writing it in Latin. So stop the video and start it when you're ready to see the answers. And the answers? All right. Now, if you could get this second column here, which is the hard one, then you are doing awesome. If you couldn't, then be very careful and figure out what you did wrong, because it's only going to get harder from here in the next chapters. All right, so now let's do some irregular drills. Now, this is a really boring one in this chapter because we only have 1/10. So all 4 of these are going to go right here into the present tense. So it's like nothing special. All right, just skip this. But in any case, you see all the irregular verbs that we have for this chapter. And that's what they mean. And then we would do the same thing in black, but, you know, this is so easy that it's like nothing. So I hope you can recite those 2 irregular conjugations, sum and eo, and then hopefully NŌLŌ and VOLŌ also. You know, those 4 things, if you can say them from memory, sum est, sunt, eo isit, imus itis eunt, VOLO vis volt, volumus voltus volunt, and NŌLO non vis non volt, nolumus non voltus nolunt, then you are going to be just fine moving forward. Walete.